Hello everybody and welcome. This is the first ever video of Matt Squatch Cooks and my first recipe. Today we're going to be cooking chicken and biscuits. For those of you who don't know, I have another YouTube channel and this was my wife's idea to start a cooking channel. So let's get started. First we're going to need a piece of chicken. You can either use chicken thighs or chicken breast. You're going to need some barbecue sauce, salt, pepper, garlic, whatever spices you want. You can keep this real simple. And I have ghee butter, but you can use any kind of vegetable oil. We're also going to need a cookie sheet and a fry pan. If you don't have a fry pan and you have a barbecue grill, even better. I usually cook these on the grill, but just to prove today, because someone told me they didn't want to deal with a barbecue, which I think is ridiculous because I think barbecues are way easier, but we're just going to do it inside just to prove what's going on. First thing we're going to want to do is preheat our oven. This biscuit package said 375. And then we're going to cut up our chicken. This is a twofer today. Someone said, oh, butterfly, how do you do that? I'm like, well, you kind of just take a sharp flat knife and cut along the thickest part. It takes a little practice, but no big deal. And then we're all going to cut this into 6 somewhat even pieces. This is kind of a rustic dinner, so you don't really have to worry too much about it being precise. But we're just going to take these and cut them into 6 reasonable chunks here. So, chance to practice your knife work. Just don't forget to wash your cutting board and your knife when you're done. Okay, next we're going to open our biscuits. These are store brand biscuits that I wasn't that impressed with. I didn't go to the normal grocery store. I went to kind of a healthier food grocery store. These biscuits taste great, but oops, see it pop there. But if you buy the name brand Pillsbury biscuits, Grands, they come out in nice, perfect little shape. These ones are always kind of shoved in there and deformed. So I kind of had to make do, but they're still delicious. And yeah, you just spread them out on a cookie sheet. You just follow the directions on the back. It couldn't be easier. This is, they take about 16, 17 minutes. You pop them in the oven. Voila. And then don't forget to set your timer. You don't want to forget about them. You don't want to burn your biscuits here. Because the kids won't eat the chicken, they'll probably eat the biscuits. So I'm going to set them for 17 minutes. I think it said between 16 and 18. I cut it in half. My oven's pretty accurate. We're also going to turn our fry pan. I'm using a non-stick skillet. Like I said, you can bypass all this and just grill your chicken on the grill. That's typically what I do, but just to prove that if you don't have a grill, you can still make kind of barbecue-y southern type stuff pretty easy. Now, you can use some fancy spice rubs or get an all-in-one rub. I'm just doing what probably a lot of you have in your cupboard. You can do salt, pepper, and garlic. If you just want to take it down to 2 ingredients, you can do pepper and garlic salt, but this is just garlic powder, not garlic salt. So we're just going to season both sides up. No big deal. Then we're going to take a little bit of oil. This is clarified butter, which is butter without any milk fat in it. So it's just pure fat. There's no milk solids. It's great for frying. But you can use vegetable oil or olive oil or coconut oil would be good. It would add kind of a nice sweet flavor to it. And I'm just going to spread it around here and get our chicken ready to pan fry. So we're just going to take these, place them down. This is after a couple minutes of it getting hot. You're going to want to hear it sizzle. The audio isn't very good on this video, so I didn't turn it on for this, but you're just going to want to give it a good sizzle. And we're probably going to want to cook it for about 5 minutes aside. Just want to let it cook through. Now, if 5 minutes aside and you have some thicker pieces, which is why we butterfied it and you're worried it's not going to be cooked through, well, we're going to finish these in the oven, which was already on for our biscuits. This is just to kind of brown and get, probably 80% of the cooking, 90% of the cooking process done. We're using white meat. I actually prefer this with dark meat, and I prefer it on the grill. But we're doing kind of a worst case scenario, and to tell you the truth, it's still delicious. We're going to turn the stove down to around 4 or 5 and just kind of let the heat soak in and let these cook for another few minutes. And after a couple minutes goes by, we can put a layer of barbecue sauce, whatever your favorite is. But this really kind of makes it the barbecue sauce. You could do this without barbecue sauce, I suppose, but whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is, you like a sweet, a spicy, whatever. This is pretty simple. Normally this would be the last step on the grill, the last couple minutes of grilling, but since we're doing it inside and we have the oven on, you can see our biscuits there. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. Some of them look a little deformed, but they still taste good. But you get kind of the idea. There's a couple of them there that turned out pretty that we'll use for the pictures. We're going to go ahead and set a timer for about 5 minutes. So our chicken in the oven, the barbecue sauce can warm up and kind of glaze on there. You can do it under the broiler if you want. I just didn't want to heat the house up any farther than we already did, so I didn't want to turn the broiler on. And after about 2 or 3 minutes, that barbecue sauce thickens up and glazes, and I like to put another little layer on there. You can flip it over and do the other side. You can go as far as you want to go with this. I just like to put a couple layers on for demonstration, just to show you what's going on, that even if you don't have a barbecue, you can still do a pretty reasonable facsimile of barbecue chicken. I can show you guys another recipe at some point, winter ribs as it's known, or oven ribs that are not quite as good as a barbecue backyard ribs, but they are still delicious and we love them. So our time has pretty much gone by. I already turned the oven off before I opened this up, and we got our barbecue sauce nice glazed on that chicken. If you got fussy eaters, they can eat just the chicken, or they can eat just the biscuits. That's what's the beauty about this dish. The whole thing takes less than 20 minutes. It really goes pretty fast. Now I like to put a little additional squirt of barbecue sauce on here. Then we're going to take our hot chicken. You can let it rest a minute if you want, but just for expediting purposes, we're going to show you here a gorgeous piece of chicken. Another gorgeous piece of chicken. And then there you have it. Good little barbecue chicken sandwiches. It's so simple, so delicious. We created this recipe one day on accident. We had biscuits and we had chicken and we put them on there, and we said, you know what, this is making it in a rotation, and this is one of those recipes that I teach to people that say they don't know how to cook or don't know what to do. And you can see here we served it with a nice little green salad for a perfect little weeknight meal. Thank you.